My name is Sanchit Kumar and I will be talking about the health sector of India. Health is directly related to the economy, and health performance is strongly dependent on the economy but also on the health systems themselves. The investment in health is not only a desirable but also an essential priority for most society. India is ranked 131st in HDI out of 181 countries. Infant mortality rate of India is 37, under 5 is 45, maternal mortality ratio is 167 for 1000 births. Life expectancy at birth is 66, healthy life expectancy at birth is 57. The life expectancy at birth for both the sexes have increased by 5 years over the period of the last 15 years. The broad causes of death in India are HIV, TB, malaria, respiratory diseases, cardiovascular diseases, suicide, homicide. Most of the death in India is because of the cardiovascular diseases and diabetes for both men and women. In 2012, heart diseases was the leading cause of death, killing over 1.2 million people and accounted for the 12.4%. Others are like self-harm, which accounts for 2.6% of all the deaths. Of these strokes, self-harm, falling, road injury has seen an increase over the last 5 years. And now TB is occurring in every part of the world. In 2014, 5 countries accounted for the 50% of all cases: India, Indonesia, China, Nigeria and Pakistan. India recorded 167 per 100,000 people in India. Now coming to mental health, at least 60 million people, that are more than the population of South Africa, suffer from mental disorder in India, and even as the country lacks the medical profession in the spending of the mental health issue. Most of them suffer from bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, which are the common disorders in India. India spends a total of 0.06% of its health budget in mental health care, which is even less than the Bangladesh, which spends 0.44%. Most of the developed nations spend over 4% of the budget on mental health research infrastructure. The government has commissioned a national mental health service to the NIMH and neuroscience in Bangalore to estimate the number of patients and utilization pattern of mental health service. India is short of health professionals to address the mental issue, particularly at the district and sub-district level. There are around 3,800 psychiatrists, 989 clinical psychologists and 850 psychologists, social workers and 1,500 psychiatric nurse nationalists, and this means that there are 3 psychiatrists per million people according to the data from WHO. The different type of mental illness are depression, schizophrenia, bipolar, dementia, intellectual disabilities, autism. These are mainly found in India. The mental illness are common prevalent in children, females, elderly, disaster survivors, industrial workers, adolescents, which have chronic medical condition. Compared to men, women are more prone to mental disorder due to factors such as gender discrimination, early marriage, domestic violence, rapid social change. According to CDC, it has been estimated by 2020 depression will be the second leading disability worldwide. The common reasons for mental illness are illiteracy, limited education, depravity, poverty, low household income, alcohol, drug abuse. Out of total population, 0 to 3% 3-year-old account for 13% of the total, and 4 to 16-year-old account for 12% of the total mental issues. Now coming to non-communicable diseases, India accounted for 2.9 million of the deaths in males, and in females 2.2 million. It is estimated that 32.5% have raised high BP and 27.1% has raised cholesterol level. Now the government have many schemes around it. NHRLM has initiative undertaken by the government to address healthy needs of underserved rural areas, launched in 2005. Now Mission Indradhanush is a health mission launched by Government of India, by Union Minister J.P. Nadda in 2014 aimed to immunize all children under the age of 2 years as well as pregnant women against 7 vaccines that prevent disease like diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, hepatitis B, etc. Under this, 2001 district will be covered in the first phase. Of this, 82 districts are in UP, Bihar, Rajasthan and MP. The 2001 districts selected have been 50% of all unvaccinated children in the country. The Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana is a government-backed accident insurance scheme in India. It is formally launched by PM Modi in 2015. And Rogi Kalyan Samiti is a management structure that acts as a group of trustees for the hospital to manage the affairs of the hospital. The financial assistance is provided to these communities through untied funds to undertake activities for patient welfare. Janani Suraksha Yojana is another scheme which aims to reduce maternal mortality among pregnant women by encouraging them to deliver in government health facilities. Large-scale demand-side financing under the Jan Suraksha Yojana has been brought poor household to public sector health facilities, a scale never witnessed before. And another mission, National Iron Plus Initiative, is an attempt to look at the iron deficiency in which beneficiaries will receive iron and folic acid supplements irrespective of their iron status. There was a bill introduced in 2013 called Mental Health Care Bill, which provides for protection and promotion of rights of persons with mental illness during the delivery of healthcare in institution and in the community. It was passed in 2016. The new bill has increased the funding of the Center of Excellence in Mental Health from 30 crore to 33.7 crores per center. As many as 15 centers of excellence in mental health care and 35 postgraduate training departments in mental health specialties have been funded to address the shortage of mental health professionals nationwide. So this comes to an end now. Thank you.